Hey everyone, let's solve question 180 consecutive numbers. So the question asks us to write a query to find all numbers that appear at least 3 times consecutively. It also says we do not need to return the result table in any order. So let's look at an example and try to understand what we need to do. So we have a logs table and we have a column num, which are the numbers. So we see from this input that number 1 appears 3 times consecutively. So that's a part of the desired output. Also, we see that there is no other number that appears consecutively. So we just have one result in the output. That's the number 1. So the approach to this problem is to try to understand how we could create a table that would have the next and the next to next value. So if we have those three values, the current value, the next, and the next to next value, this problem can be easily solved. So imagine we had a table like this. So this is the input table that we have. So till here is the input table. So we have ID now. And what we're going to try and do is create two additional columns called next one and next two. So next one is going to hold the value of the next number, and the next two is going to hold the value of the next to next number. So one is here and this one goes here. Similarly, this one goes here and this two goes here. So we can fill it up. The next value for this corresponding to this number is null because there are no other records, and by the same logic the next to next value is also null. So I'm going to go ahead and start writing the query. So we'll say select star. Again, if you've watched my videos, star is just a placeholder value. It's a good approach to start the problem. We can go ahead and substitute it later with the columns that we really need. So select star from logs table, and so let's see, we need the num column. Let's I'm going to alias this as current. Now we need to construct this. I mean, we can include an ID column, but I'm going to ignore it for now. So we need to construct the next one column. So for that, the way to do it is we can use a lead function. So similar, just like there's a lag function, there's something called a lead. So okay, so what do we need to lead? So this lead, we need to lead this particular column. So we need to lead this column. So I'm going to say lead num comma 1, because we need next one is going to have the immediate next row. So lead 1, and since lead is a window function, I'm going to say over. So again, so this over clause, we do not need to partition our num column. We don't need to order it or any of that. So I'm just going to leave this over clause as empty. There's nothing in the over clause. And now this fourth column or the third column, this one that we have to construct, is going to be the same thing. So lead, again we want to lead the num, but this time we want to lead it by 2, by the next to next row. So I'm going to say 2, and this is going to be over. Again, over is empty. Let's alias this as next 2 and alias this as next 1. So let's see what we get from the output. Okay, so as we see, this is the table that we have wanted. We have got it. So we have a current value, we have the next, and the next to next value. So now our task becomes simple. So we just need to check if all the three values are equal, and if all the three values are equal, we can say that that number occurs consecutively 3 times in the logs table. So to do that, I'm going to make this as a common table expression. And let's do select star from CTE, common table expression. Okay, so what do we need to check? We need to check if current is equal to next one and if next one equals to next two. So if this is equal to this and this is equal to this, then we can say all the three, the number appears consecutively thrice. Also, the expected output is we just need to return that number. So I'm going to say select return current as, I'm going to alias this as consecutive numbers, and that should work. I'm going to go ahead and run it. Sorry, it's current with a double R. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and try submitting this. Okay, we see that 17 of our 21 test cases have passed. So let's understand what is happening. Okay, so this is the output. Okay, so if you notice that our consecutive numbers, there's a repeated 3, but we just need to return 1. So I'm going to say distinct to ensure that we get only the unique values, and I think that should resolve it. Perfect. So the runtime is good, the memory is good, and that's how you solve this question. Thank you.